Learn how to get the most out of free loadouts in arcraiders. So in arcraiders, you are given a free loadout raid, and in this raid your loot will be randomized. You can use the free loadout as much as you want. But before the devs change this, I would highly recommend using the free loadouts to make as much money as possible. Free loadouts have many benefits, and the number one benefit from these free loadouts is getting high valuable loot whilst on these runs. So today I'm going to help you get the most out of your free loadout raids in arcraiders. So everything you get in the raid with the free loadout will be yours once you extract with it. If you extract with your free loadout, you can trade in the free loadout augment at the clinic for a better augment. You get to drop in with zero risk and get boosted rewards for extracting. So also learning some of the weapon crate spawns on the map will help you a lot. There's a really good site that I will have linked in the description that will help you learn each spawn. Whilst the loot is randomly generated, there still is spots where these weapon crates will show up. So learning these spots will give you a chance of coming out with even better gear. And don't forget, when you are on a free loadout, all your perks still work, so I'd recommend unlocking the crafting perk in the survival section, as you do spawn with very little meds when on the free loadout. This perk will allow you to craft more shields and bandages while in the raids, giving you that little bit more of an advantage. Another thing I would highly recommend doing is learning the spawns on the map. So when you choose a free loadout, it appears that a lot of the raiders in that raid will also have free loadouts. From my experience, this is how it's been. Not all of them will have the free loadout, so be very careful of that. But learning where certain spawns are will help you out a lot in PvP. So if you have played the new map Blue Gate, there is a couple of spawns near the ancient fort where you'll realise when you go in on a free loadout run, there's like maybe 5 deaths immediately on that ancient fort spawn, because there's so many spawns that are close to that area. A lot of people will run towards the ancient fort just so they can fight each other. So knowing where them spawns are and where the players are coming for is going to help you a lot in PvP on the free loadouts. Ammo can also be a really big issue when on these free raids, as you do spawn with very little ammo, so make sure you make the most out of looting up the AI that you've just killed. Certain AI will carry certain ammo, so make sure you are looting the AI after you kill them. When engaging in PvP or PvE, make sure you have a good idea of what ammo is best for what. For instance, if you're fighting hornets, heavy ammo is the best for killing them, whereas if you're fighting a wasp, light ammo, medium or heavy will also get the job done. But if you're fighting a hornet with only light ammo, you're definitely going to struggle. I would also recommend not to get so engaged in PvE once you first get into the raid, because the lack of ammo you will have after fighting a lot of arc early game will make it very difficult for you later on in that raid. Also, if you're fighting other raiders, make sure you have a fair idea of what weapon is best for that fight, because when you're spawning in on the free loadout, you're going to be having randomized loot. So you could spawn in with a furrow one round, and then the next round you could spawn in with a kettle. So having a good idea of what weapon is best for what will give you a little bit of an advantage when you're going into PvP fights on the free loadout. Also, when on the free loadout runs, you won't have a safe pocket, so you'll need to be extra careful when you loot some good items. So picking perks that will help you move quick and loot quicker will help you out a lot. Not every free loadout run is going to be perfect. It's very 50-50. For me anyway, it's very 50-50. I could go into some raids, I could come out with the best loot, I could get 4 or 5 PvP kills, I could kill a couple of AI, and I'll have a great run. Or I'll go straight to a POI and I'll get some incredible loot. Other times I'll spawn in and I'll die within the first 2 to 5 minutes. And learning where some of the AI spawn as well. As you can tell, a lot of the AI, especially the bigger AI, will all kind of spawn in the same location. The last thing you want to be doing on a free loadout is going taking on some of the bigger arc in this game. Make sure you know where they spawn and try avoid it as much as possible. Gear fear is a very common thing in these extraction shooters, especially for newer players as well. If this is your first time coming in and experiencing an extraction shooter, don't be afraid to hop in and use the free loadouts. Now is your time to get in and get engaged in as much PvP as possible. Well, this might be a little bit contradicting to some of the earlier points I said, such as playing it safe. This is very true. I would highly recommend taking advantage of the free loadouts if you're definitely struggling with PvP. Yeah, free loadouts are great for getting items. They're also great for getting in and fighting, because this gives you a chance to hop in, engage, see how much damage the weapons do. Free loadouts can help you learn a lot in PvP. They can show you new rotations from fighting people. They can show you new spots. There was one time where I was fighting a player on a free loadout on damn battlegrounds, and I was chasing the guy through the control tower, and he ran and jumped out the window, and I thought, oh, he's dead, he's got to be dead. And he dropped down onto a ledge and he escaped. and he was 1 HP. And from that day on, I started using that play because it's an incredible play. It's a great way for you to get in and experience PvP combat without having the fear of losing some decent gear. So for those who didn't know, you can actually do tasks on the free loadout. Any task that you have been struggling with in the game, you can actually just hop in on the free loadout and give it a go. Don't forget guys, there's also a couple of different events in Arcraiders, such as Prospecting Probes, Harvester, Uncovered Caches, Husk Graveyard, Launch Tower Loot, Lush Blooms, Night Raids, the Electromagnetic Storm, and Spaceport Bunker. So getting in and doing these on the free loadout is a really good way to learn each event and what each event does. Free loadouts is one of the best things added into the game, to be honest. A lot of people who have bought the game also have only bought the free loadout aspect. A lot of people have gear fear in extraction shooters, and the fact that they can hop in on a free loadout whenever they want is incredible. Great job Embark on adding this in. I really hope you don't make any changes to the free loadouts. And always remember, it was never your gear, it was just your turn. That's all for now. I shall talk to you in the next one.